that is what my neighbors and everyone around me goes through if this car sits more than probably like a good 2 hours. So just be lucky you don't live next to me, because I can only imagine how my neighbors feel. But at the same time, I really don't care. So what is up, guys? Today I wanted to do a little vlog about kind of about the history of the car. So how I almost sold my car. How I almost sold my car. So no, I didn't almost sell the car with a Coyote in it. I don't think I ever would. Just more or less a sentimental value thing. Unless I was offered, I guess, the right amount of money, I couldn't say no. But I would have a hard time saying no. So we're just gonna back up a little bit and wait for this traffic. So to begin on this, before this car, I had a 97 V6 Mustang. Now, I did grow up around Mustangs, the older 69 Mustangs. My grandmother had a 69 Cobra, the black one, and they had two Mach 1s. But they ended up getting sold when I was a kid, probably around 10 or 11 years old, so I guess I grew up around it, but not too much into detail with the cars. So I didn't really have a thing for cars growing up. I did in a way, but you know, just probably as any other kid had a thing for cars. It was just kind of one of those hobbies kids grow out of, you know, such as maybe video games or something. But I ended up having a Honda Accord, and a guy that I knew had a Mustang, and I kept having problems with the Honda. And so I traded the Honda to him for the V6 Mustang. I have like one of those motor assistant cops behind me. I don't know why he can behind me. It's probably because race car. No, I had that V6 Mustang for about almost 3 years, and it was a good little car. It was my first 5-speed, so I learned how to drive 5-speed manual on that car. One day I just said, you know, kind of tired of sitting around the house, so I'm gonna learn how to drive it. So I taught myself in probably 30 to 40 minutes, just kind of practicing, taking it around the block, and then I took it out on the main road and didn't really have a problem with it at all. So other than that, the car had some wheels that I never knew what they were, and the car was just a basic bolt-on V6. Put a new clutch in it and flywheel. That's what it really needed to get going and running, because the clutch was slipping in it really bad when I got it. So more or less, I got it out of a trade. I didn't pay anything for the car, and the car was in really crappy condition. I mean, the guy didn't really take care of it, so I did some stuff, upgrades to it. That's when I usually started really getting into the Mustangs. That's when I started finding out, you know, about car meets and stuff, more or less. I started going out to them. I started finding out about all these like car shows, car vendors and stuff, you know, looking on the internet, just ordering parts. And, you know, I went through my, I guess if you call it ricer days. I didn't really, I ordered HIDs. I had crappy headlights. I ordered chrome headlights and a Cobra hood for the Mustang, but I never put the Cobra hood on. And then I kind of wanted to upgrade everything in the car, so I pretty much went to North Carolina a few times and around my area in Virginia. I went around like far places and bought new seats, new carpet, new interior parts, some exterior mods, stuff like that. But anytime I was spending money on the car to do something that I wanted to do upgrade-wise, the car would break. So the starter went a couple times, just regular maintenance and tune-ups, and the alternator went on it, and finally, just one night, a ball joint snapped on it. It was really cold outside, and the ball joint just, I don't know, it just gave out on the car. So I had the car towed back to my house, and I was just like, you know what, this is it, I'm done with this car. So I just wanted a 99 to 04 Mustang. I love the body style lines, the square body style. So I was like, I'm gonna hunt for one of those, and So what I did was I saved my money. I sold the car. Actually, the first night that I posted the car on Craigslist for $1,000 for everything with it. The next morning, I had a guy actually text me, and he wanted the headlights, and then he saw the car, and he was just like, how much for the entire car? And I told him, and so I sold the car to him too. And then the bad thing, like, just a week ago, like prior to that, I had put a new starter into the car. Starter went out. So never buy AutoZone starters. That's what I learned. I went through 3 of them. But so continue with that. I sold the car, saved my money, spent a couple months looking around for the car that I have now, and I actually saw it one day on the side of the road, and I saw it for about a good 3 months. I mean, side note, I've told the story a few times, maybe in the videos or something, but to get back into this, so I saw the car on the side of the road for about nearly 2.5, 3 months, and I kept thinking, we stopped and looked at it a couple times, and the car was asked for, I think, $6,200, and it had 179,000 miles on it, and it wasn't lowered at all or anything. It just had your, few tasteful mods on it, I guess, and the car one day was gone. So I was like, really bummed out. And then a friend of my mom's comes in to her work, and I'm there, and he asked me if I was still looking for a Mustang, being an 01 or the 99 04 body style, and I was like, yeah, I am. So he knows these people, and we go look at the car, and it's the same exact car. So that had to mean something to be the car that I saw, thought it was gone, and then later find it a month later and buy it. So I paid $4,500 for this car, had 179,000 on it, and I started doing just basic lowering the car and some exterior detail mods and stuff like that before I actually got into what I wanted the car to really look like. So 2 to maybe 3 years go by, and I have this car over 270,000 miles. The transmission finally gives out. It was a T45 trans. It was old, I guess, and the motor was there, but it wasn't there. So it was still kicking, but I feel like the motor, of course, that many miles was losing power. So I almost sold the car. I was gonna post it. I had this feeling. I was like, I'm gonna go buy a Coyote Mustang. That's my goal. That's what I'm gonna do. So I really thought about it. I went around looking at cars for probably a good 2 months, and then I thought to myself, well, no one has done what I have done in my area that I at least know of. I've only seen one other car, and it was a Fox body with a swap. So no other car of this body style has done a Coyote swap. So I really thought about it, and then I kind of forced myself one day at a car event in Maryland to buy a Coyote swap part. And then I ordered one, I think the next day, that I would need for the swap. So I kind of forced myself to be like, this is the better way to go, because you won't have a car note, you won't have to worry about that each month, and I want to do something that nobody's really done. So that's kind of how I forced myself. So yes, I almost sold this car, and I definitely would have regretted it, because I think I had more fun in this car, daily driving it and taking it places to, events, meets, doing pictures, videos of it, cars and coffee, whatever it is with this car. I think I've had more fun in this car than I would a newer Mustang. Now, don't get me wrong, I would like a newer Mustang, of course, the suspension and, the improved technology and everything, but it's just like one of a kind, one of those deals where you're just like, what do you do? And I think I picked the right decision. I made the right decision, because I love this body style, and there's so much you can do with these cars, and there's just so much great potential behind this car with this motor. And of course the plan is to boost the car, but I don't know, I really love this car, so I don't think I could really let it go now. I would buy a newer Mustang, yes, maybe an EcoBoost, because I've been around those for quite a couple years now, and I've seen what they can do. They're really badass. Maybe a new 5.0, like an S550. I definitely love the way they look, but when it came down to it, I think I made the right decision by keeping this car and not selling it, and just forcing myself to find the Coyote Swap parts. And before I knew it, the motor and trans was out of this car, the old 4.6. And I had a slew of parts showing up every week to my house for the Coyote Swap, and it was really fun to swap and, you know, just putting a new motor and stuff like that going into this. And after it was all done, of course it needed improvements. This car will always need improvements, such as the seats. The seats are really old, but I think as time has went on, and I really have grown to appreciate this car more and more. So my advice to you guys, if you have a car and you have plans for it, like I did with the swap, or if you're really sentimental on a car that you own and you know you would regret selling it, whether it is a car or a bike or something, I'd really think about it. Really think about it, and then you probably want to keep it in the end, because it's not about the money, it's about knowing that you accomplished something like I did with this car. So that's where this sits. I hope you guys enjoyed that little story behind this car. Let me know in the comment section if you have pretty much, you know, what I've been saying, like anything with cars. So if you planned on selling a car or something like that, and you decided, or if you regret selling an old car or something, you know, just leave the comments in the section. I will see you in the next video, guys. Have a good one.